Good morning, everybody. We are in the shop today and we have a new project for the channel. Hopefully this should be just a one episode kind of project. This is a centrifugal log splitter. As you can see, it's kind of a project. I'll give you guys a picture of what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to have this big cover over this thing. Let me pull up the model number here. It's a DR Power WR36034 BMN. I don't know. That I think is a newer model number. This appears to be the exact same model, or the same capacity and everything. But the model number is a little bit different. I've got a serial number here, but I'm not sure if that's the same as a model number. I can't find a model number on this thing yet. I've looked around, but it appears that that's what this thing is. This one is 168F2. I think this is supposed to be a Subaru engine on here, but so the engine doesn't run. You can see we got pull cord issues here. It's missing the cover. I have no idea if it's going to work or not, honestly. It appears that most things are here, and it appears that this will work. So the way this thing works is, instead of being hydraulic, your engine spins up these two 75-pound flywheels, and it uses the motion of that. Oh, that looks bent. Oh no. Either there's something wrong with the pulleys or the crankshaft is bent. We're gonna have to look at that. Anyway, so these two spin, you pull this handle, and then there's a gear that drives that forward. And the centrifugal motion of these two 75-pound weights push the thing and split the log. It's kind of a spendier log splitter. It's more of kind of a production thing because it works really fast. You know, you hit this lever and ka-chunk, ka-chunk. It's like a 2-second deal. So hydraulic log splitter works a lot differently than that, and it takes longer. So we'll see if that is an advantage. I honestly don't know. I don't know anything about these. I've been looking for a cheap log splitter that was a project, and this is what I found. So we got to go through and figure out what is going on. Besides the missing cover, the engine not working. The guy said that just needs a carb clean, that he shot some starting fluid in it and it ran. So most likely just needs a carb clean. The tank's pretty beat up. I've got some parts, some spare parts. You know, you guys know that I work on these things. So I got some spare parts laying around. We're going to put a different tank on it. I think a different muffler, you know, just stuff that we had laying around, and fix this pull cord. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and pull this engine off of here. It's going to be a lot easier if I can get it up. If I can get it up on a table and work on it, then me bending over to try to work on it there. And to get the pull cover off, it's not that hard. I could just pull the wheel off, or I could just use hand tools or whatever. But we're just going to pull the engine off. It's just 4 bolts anyways. So it's literally 4 bolts. Like, there's nothing else holding this thing on. So we'll pull the engine off and we'll get to working on it. Alright, we're just going to use this thing as our bench. Alright, so we got a bin for hardwood. I got a gas tank, pretty much unused gas tank. We're going to go ahead, put that on here if it fits. Air box, we got the air box in pieces and the studs bent. So I got a whole air box. I believe it should have a filter in it. Yeah. So, brand new air box unused. Another thing that happened was right here. See that? And you need that. So, we got one of those throttle linkages. Good thing I'm a hoarder and I keep all this stuff. So that should work there. What else we got? I got another cover and pull start if we can't fix this one. And then I've got a brand new muffler, just for good measure. We'll throw a new muffler on here, and that'll be it. I think, hopefully, if the thing runs and does everything it's supposed to. So let's tackle this starter first, because we can't figure out if it wants to do anything if we can't pull it over. So let's go ahead and pull that guy off and see what is going on. What is going on with it? Oh, missing a bolt. Okay. Missing another one. Okay. Alright, so we only had 2 bolts there. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, this has just lost all of its springiness. Is there not a spring? Is this spring? Isn't there supposed to be a spring in here? There is supposed to be a spring in here. The spring is totally missing. Dang. Alright, well I guess this one's going to be for parts. And we're just going to run the other one I got. Alright, I decided I like this cover better. So we're going to go ahead, pop that guy off. We'll put this one on here. This one is actually from my first Coleman mini bike. The CT200U, which some of the parts went on my custom made bike. It's got a gambler sticker on it, so we're going to run that on here. That ended up getting a Predator. This was the original one from the 196, which I blew up. So, I think I blew it up. So we need to pop this cover off. We'll replace that. We need to get the gas tank off too, because we're going to replace, might as well, yeah. Let's get this cover off. We'll get the gas tank off. This throttle linkage is, oh, it's bent. I'm like, it doesn't usually block access to bolts, so we'll pull that off too. Okay. So the plan is to basically just go through this thing. Just give it a once over. The carb, we gotta clean the carb or maybe replace it. I got a few extras of those too, so if I can find a brand new unused one, that might be the way to go. So I think this is supposed to be a Subaru engine. You know, that doesn't really mean a lot with these things. Subaru, they're all just clone engines. So. But this was a Subaru brand. No, it wasn't. This says Briggs and Stratton. So this was a Briggs and Stratton. Where'd that cover go? I threw it over there. It didn't really have anything on it, so. At least the tank says Briggs. There is a model number. There's some sort of number on there. I don't know, some of these, the newest model one says it's a Briggs, comes with a Briggs 208, so that could be what this is. Could be a Briggs 208. There we go. Dirt and bugs. Oh man, square wheels just rusty. Ugh, nasty. Alright, I gotta disconnect this. We got some gas in here, so let's see. Try not to spill too much. You know what? Here's my plan. Here's what we're going to do. Pull this, because we're going to have to pull the spark plug anyways. And then we're going to disconnect the throttle linkage. Okay. And then, oh, we need to pull these off. I'll take this whole thing carbonol, and then probably just end up throwing this carb into parts hanging on to it. This tank I think will probably go in the garbage. I got a couple more of these over there. Or crummy. I feel like the bowl that's on that one. Okay, so we got all that off. Ooh, that's not the greatest look. Yeah, I'm wondering about the condition of this thing, but we need to, man, I pressure wash this thing hardcore, but you can only get so deep into it with the gas tank on and everything else on, so it's still dirty. And I'm just trying to think about, trying to think about what I want to do to clean it. Do I just want to take it back out there and hook up the pressure washer again and give it a bath, or what? So I'm going to go ahead and pull this muffler off as well. Ooh, rustiness. And then there's a question of this right here, actually. Ooh, what do we got? Oh, our springs. There's a question of this right here, which I saw was, it's wobbling. I think that the crankshaft is bent on this. The end of the crankshaft anyways. Which doesn't mean that it won't work. I don't know, the guy offered me another engine. A brand new Harbor Freight engine for like another $105 or something. Ooh. Man, that's not right. Okay, so it looks like keyway sheared, spun. This looks like junk. This looks like total friggin' junk. This crank, I don't know if it's the crank, it might just be this, because it looks like it's totally sheared the key and then spun it over here and like friggin' wedged this thing in here. So it looks like I'm gonna have a heck of a time possibly getting this thing off of here. Well, now I'm leaning on the whole leaving it on there, just letting it weeble wobble until we get a new pulley. So that thing's seized on there. If we have enough belt tension, it should be fine. I don't want to go for full destruction yet, so let's see if this thing is worth anything. Let's see if it's got oil in it. Oh yeah, we got oil. Nice and dark. Okay. Alright, before I go changing that, we're going to get everything else done. So I am going to just take this outside and pressure wash it real quick. I got to pull this muffler off, plug up the holes, and then we'll go pressure wash. That's a real bummer. I was not expecting that, but that's how it goes with projects, right? Alright, we're going to leave the muffler on for pressure washing. And then hopefully these will come out. Alright. This thing is nasty. Alright, so it may be junk, but at least it's clean junk. So, I ruined this gasket that's on here, which is fine. I think I have another one. So I do have a brand new carburetor. I think this fits on here. Yeah. So I got a carb that's unused, not brand new, but unused. Never been cracked open, so that'll be good. What else do I need to do? I think I just need to put this cover on now. Yeah. We'll put the cover on. And then we'll go to the carb. Okay. Bam, now we can actually pull it over. Ha, put it on upside down. Ha, what a dummy. Okay. All right, let's try something real quick. Just, Alright, well, you heard the spark. Alright, now I gotta clean that stinking gasket off of there. We'll put our new carb on, and then we'll fire this thing up. Alright, first of all, I'm going to, those are my bottles, not the fourth. First of all, I'm going to just put a little starting fluid in it, and we'll see if it fires off. And then we'll go about putting gas in it and whatnot. So, let's go ahead and open the choke. Alright, well that's a good sign. Let's put some gas in it. Alright, you ready? Let's go. Okay. Alright, well, it'll idle, but it's not really revving up, so. And the kill switch works. Alright, I just needed to back out this screw. I think I'm going to leave the screw in there because we can set the RPMs we want this to run at. Because it doesn't need, I don't think it needs to be like full blast all the time. It runs good enough that I'm happy with it. I want to swap out this muffler if I can, if it'll come off. And then we got to put the air box on it. That'll change the way it runs a little bit. And I think I'm going to pull the valve cover and check the valve lash, because this motor for sure has some time on it. Alright, so there's 4 bolts holding this engine plate on. 2 of them pivot in the front here, and there's 2 towards the back. And you just loosen those, push it down, tighten the belt. And thankfully they got threaded nuts on the inside. You don't have to get in there with a wrench on the inside, just the outside. Alright, so we got a tightened belt. We've got the engine all back together. Valves lashed. The exhaust valve was really tight. It was way too tight. Intake valve was pretty much perfect. We lashed those. We got a new muffler, new intake, new carb, new gas tank, different pull start. But let's get some stuff out of the way here and start this guy. See what it does. Oh, gotta turn the ignition on. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a piece of wood. See if we can actually split something with this. Alright, let's give this a shot, see what happens. I am slightly skeptical. Turn the ignition on. Alright, it works. It's wood. We're not done yet though. There's lots of other things to fix on this. One thing. And you guys will have to tune in next time to check out the rest of this build. It is functional right now, but I am going to really go over this thing. It's going to look really good in the end. We got some cool fabrication projects and some paint and some coatings and stuff. So I think you guys are really going to like it. Please smash that like button for me, hit the subscribe, hit the bell if you want to get notified of future videos coming out from DJ's Hot Rod and Fab, and drop a comment in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.